I'm trying to teach Odin to step away from a tap on his outside hip. So I'm tapping. He did this yesterday, so he knows that I want him to do something, but he can't remember what. So he's thinking, he's randomly trying movements. He goes shoulder first, which is his instinct always. Still not right. I'm still tapping. He's thinking. He wrings his tail a little. Now I'm going to move over to the other side, which immediately reminds him of the movement, and then he gets his scratch. Now we're going to try this way. I'm just tapping the outside hip. I want him to move his hip towards me. He's kind of locked me out here, this freeze. That's when he's not really trying. I'm just tapping, tapping. Now I'm going to change my position and go to the other side. That immediately reminds him, oh yeah, and he easily moves his hip away from me, and he gets his scratches. I don't just want him to move his hip away from me, I want him to move his hip away from the tap, regardless of where I am, and that's not so easy for him to do. This is not any gymnastic exercise or part of dressage or anything else. It's just a cue I need to teach him. It's a small building block to some other things that I want to do. He's frozen me out here, staring off into the distance, not paying any attention. I go over to the other side. I'm continuing the cue. I want him to learn this cue. And that my body position reminds him immediately. You see, he went shoulder first, and that's not what I want. So I'm still tapping, and I touch him a little bit right there with my other hand, and then he moves, and I give him his scratch. And now I want him to come this way, tap to the outside hip. He's thinking. He's kind of frozen me out there. I'm still tapping. When he starts moving, he's thinking, oh yeah. I'm just waiting. I'm still tapping. And now he's starting to try. Going the wrong way, so I keep tapping. And I go over to the other side, and that immediately will remind him, oh yeah, move your hindquarters there, and I can quit tapping. And he gets his scratch. Now, we don't have any particularly lovely body movement here. He's just kind of flopping around. That's not my intent today. I only want him to learn the cue. I will work on shaping this up. Again, shoulder first, head first. That's his natural inclination. I'll work on shaping this up many, many times to come. I'm just trying to teach him a cue. So I continue tapping. He's thinking, he's trying, and there you go. I'm going to reward that. That's not even close to the movement that I want, but just that he moved his hindquarters. That's all I'm asking for today. Moving his hindquarters away from the tap. Not paying attention. Sleeping. Tuned me out completely, looking off into space. I move my position. Still tapping. Oh yeah. Moves his hindquarters, gets his scratch. And again, tapping the outside hip. He's thinking, he's trying something. Shoulder first is not what I want, but there comes the hindquarters. By the way, you see how he crowded me into the wall there? This can be a dangerous move, and I have read that you don't want to teach a horse to come towards you unless you are positive that you can get him back off of you. There he comes towards me very nicely. But yeah, you can get crowded into the wall, and you know this is something to do carefully. And one last try. Tap, tap, tap. There he goes. He's moving towards me. Shoulder first, but that's okay for now. And more scratches.